All right, real estate numbers just out this hour, and what a surprise for January as well. Donald Trump on Twitter, and the business world is reacting to that already this morning. Mike Eppel standing by with a look at business. Morning, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, Kevin. A lot going on this early morning. As I was just looking on the Twitter feed of the U.S. president. Now, it said it was posted at 3:28 a.m., but then it came through just 17 minutes ago, the tweet from Donald Trump regarding Iran, saying, quote, that Iran is playing with fire. They don't appreciate how kind the Obama administration was. And then it says, not me. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, about how Donald Trump's tweets are sort of being given a shrug by the financial markets. And case in point, same thing this morning. Oil didn't do anything yesterday as Donald Trump was tweeting about Iran. And Iran, of course, is a major oil producer. And basically, the analysts are just saying it's words, not action. Action being the key takeaway from that. So the price for oil is up marginally this morning, but the markets overall are off to a good start. I've got the European equity markets up, some of them by 1%. Dow futures up 50 points, and this is on a day when we get U.S. economic statistics with the jobs data due in at 8:30 this morning. So your guess is as good as mine, is how these things sometimes play out with investor psychology. You talk about Toronto real estate and the demand on Toronto housing, Greater Toronto area, so of course the 416 and the 905, and points beyond that, because we've been talking about how Toronto's real estate market continues to expand as commuting gets wider and wider and further away from the city, and prices go up on a circumference basis. Numbers in from the Toronto Real Estate Board this morning indicating that January was surprisingly busy. It typically isn't, but sales activity up 12% year over year. Prices for all housing in the GTA up 22% to $770,000. Detached properties now for the entire 416 and 905, north of $1 million for pretty much the first time, I believe, up by 26%. In the downtown core, it's around $1.2 million now for detached. That's on average, of course. So the low interest rate environment, a lot of demand. Listings, number of new listings down 17%. That is a key issue for the Toronto housing market right now. There's just not enough new properties coming on the market. They can't build because of space issues. Got to go up. Condo sales were up significantly on a year-over-year comparison. And this comes a day after Vancouver's housing market for January showed signs of slowing big time. Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board saying sales out there fell by 39% on a year-over-year comparison. Sales activity. Prices remain steady. But again, if there's fewer buyers, that could start to cool in 2017. Some think for the Vancouver market will be a negative performance. Business and politics crossing paths big time in the U.S. right now. The CEO of Uber, Travis Kalanick, saying he is not going to participate in Donald Trump's business advisory council, says it's because of the political rhetoric right now. He doesn't support or is against Donald Trump, but because of the blowback on social media, says can't do it. And we've already seen a little bit of this as well. Earlier in the week, Starbucks talked about hiring 10,000 immigrants. It immediately got blowback on social media, talking about boycotts against that company, and others saying supporting them, of course. So again, it's the heightened and hyperbolic political and business climate that we have specifically in the United States right now. Probably going to see more of that during the Super Bowl on Sunday. Some of the ads that will be running. For example, Audi, they have a tagline regarding equal pay for equal work. And Budweiser has a long spot regarding the founder of the company, an immigrant. So talking, again, everybody reads more maybe into it than is possible. But nevertheless, you've got Lady Gaga for the Super Bowl halftime show. Odds are pretty good she's going to say something that we'll be talking about on Monday. Quickly, Snapchat filed the paperwork for its initial public offering last night. Upwards of $3 to $4 billion is what the social media company wants to raise. This is a company that lost $500 million in its latest quarter and didn't even make that much in revenue, but they are valuing it at about $20 billion overall. As I mentioned, the price for oil up a little bit this morning, but still shy of the $54 per barrel threshold. The Canadian dollar was up to a 5-month high yesterday, cooled off a little bit since then. just below the 77-cent U.S. threshold this morning. And again, Kevin, that jobs data this morning that'll be in from the States for January should show some major job creation to start the year in the U.S. labor market. Depends on who takes credit for that. Will Donald Trump be tweeting shortly after 8:30 this morning? Back to you.
Will he be tweeting? Oh, my.
Of course he will.
Of course he will.